make sure everything's okay. Oh Lord. Right. Hi guys, welcome to my video. I have got a friend with me and I don't know if she's going to be brave enough yet to come on camera, so if you do hear anything, it's not a ghost, even though I'm speaking about ghostly things. We're actually having a girls' weekend. We're drinking Prosecco, so this might be a fun video.
Cheers to that.
But as you will see from the title of this video, I am going to be discussing my creepiest paranormal story time. Of everything that I have experienced, I thought, why not come on here and discuss it, because I would be very interested to hear your opinion and what you make of it. I think I have a picture as well of the place that I'm discussing, and if I can find it, I will put it into the video so that you kind of get the gist. My friend knows exactly what I'm talking about in terms of the place that I'm talking about when I say this was probably one of the most, like, if anyone was gonna die in an area, this would probably be where murders were committed. And I'm talking about one of my old houses that I used to live in, that I had when I had my baby boy for the first year of his life, and I moved in there with my ex, and it was kind of the first house that we lived in together, and it was an end terrace house, so the garden was very big but overgrown, and in the back of this house was probably one of the most creepiest sheds I can really ever describe, to be honest. Like, it just looked like the setting of a horror movie, and if I can find the picture of the shed, I will put it in. It's very difficult to describe the atmosphere of the house because the atmosphere was pretty good. I really enjoyed staying there, but the actual house itself was an old miner's cottage, and this, you know, the area that I used to live in wasn't probably the best area. There used to be quite a few stories being told about like how rough it was. So I'm guessing that, you know, I mean, just down the road from where I used to live, there had been a massive drug bust deal with like some people. So there was a lot of things going on in that area. And when I was pregnant, like, I remember the first week I was there, I was expecting my child, and the guy who was installing our washing machine even told me about a murder that had happened a few years ago in the town, and I was like, great, wonderful, thank you for that information. So yeah, so it's kind of backstories of the village. Like I said, Wales is very haunted in general. Coming to the shed experience, the only way I can describe it is it looks like a house. It kind of looks like a little house with windows and an old metal door. I think they might have stored coal in there, as there was black stains all over the wall. I think they used to store stuff in there maybe for the heating back in the day, because I know a lot of old miners' cottages used to have like the old system style of coal heating, kind of like what I've got in this house, but this is dual, so this is wood and coal. But just the whole atmosphere of that shed wasn't pleasant, to be honest. And yeah, I don't think anyone had good vibes from that place at all, really. I think the house was okay, though it was a bit creepy sometimes, but that shed just looked like a horror movie, to be honest. And I even used it in one of my my university projects that was based on a haunted house, because it was just, you just had to look at the picture and it was creepy. So yeah, but moving on to my actual experience, and the reason why I'm talking about the shed is because I feel like it could have something to do with what I was experienced, or what I had experienced, but who knows, so maybe you can tell me what you guys think. But I remember it was late at night, my ex and I were watching a movie, and the only way that I can describe the layout of the house is the lounge was very big. We had one couch facing the wall, and from that couch you could look straight through the kitchen and you could look out into the garden through the kitchen window. You couldn't see the back door, and on the left hand side through the kitchen was the bathroom, but you could see straight through the kitchen. and straight through the window. And so it was very late at night. We were watching a movie. I think I'd just put Gareth down to bed. We were just chilling, really. And what I remember was the lights in the lounge were off, but the TV was very, very bright. And the lights in the kitchen were off, but you could still kind of see things because the TV was illuminating everything. And I remember watching the movie and I got this feeling that something was watching me, and I was like, okay, this is different. And I got very uncomfortable, and I don't know what it was, but I had the thought of, I wonder if someone's looking at me through the window, because I turned to look through the kitchen, and the only way that I can describe it is I clocked on to the window, and in the corner of the window I saw this black thing, and I was looking at it and I was thinking, that doesn't look right, because there's nothing normally in the kitchen window blocking the view. And it was only when so I must have been looking at this thing for probably about 5 to 10 seconds, and it was only when I thought to myself, can they see me? Because I instantly thought it could be a person looking at them, and that's when I saw them. The fact that it was almost like a hooded black figure just move slowly out the window picture. It wasn't stepping back and moving. It was a genuine like sliding to the right. And that was at that moment, I remember going to my ex, saying his name and being like, there's someone in the garden, because I instantly thought that someone was literally peeping through the window watching us. And from the moment of them going out of the picture, I ran to the back door with my ex. We opened the door and there was nothing there. It was just pitch black. Couldn't figure out if someone had jumped the fence, but I think we would have heard them running or like making some type of noise, because we were on an end terrace house, and on the left hand side, so like if you're in the garden facing our house, on the left hand side there was a very tall fence with a gate, and on the right hand side there were houses. Now the person actually moved to the side out of, like, I want to say out of frame because I'm talking to a camera, but they moved to the side of the houses. So from the time of us getting up, running to the back door, if they were jumping the fence, we would have heard them basically. We would have heard something pretty much. They're not that quick to be able to scale a 6-foot wooden fence, jump down in the time that we ran there, because and I just don't know what I saw that night. I really don't. And for me personally, I genuinely feel like it was a shadow figure or something, because it was only when I clocked in my head that I was looking at them and I thought to myself, can they see me looking at them? It was almost like this realization on their half that I was looking at them and I could see them as what they were, like this hooded figure, that they just casually was like, I'm going, like, bye. And it was, it just gives me the creeps to even think about just the Hello, sorry, Jay just scared the shit out of me. He just knocked on the door. He's actually at work currently and he's just come to drop off some cardboard, so that was perfect timing. I honestly, yeah, I was not expecting that. Drinkity drink. Cheers. But yes, it was honestly one of the creepiest things that I've ever seen. I think because that was probably the first time after my first experience of seeing an actual figure where I saw just a solid black figure looking through the window, and I can't put it down to just a human because it doesn't make sense. And if it was, they're very, very good at. I mean, what I should say as well is that we did actually investigate the garden as well. We looked in that shed. There was no one hiding there. There was no one in the garden. So I have no idea. No idea. It was just creepy. It was very, very creepy. And because Gareth was only a few months old, because my son was only a few months old, it was like, what? I just went into protectiveness mode, and I that's why I ran, because otherwise I would have let my ex deal with it, but I was like, no, I'm coming to go and see who's peeping through my window when my child is sleeping upstairs, you know? So, yeah. So that is my creepiest paranormal story. Would you like to add anything, Scarlett?
I would just like to second the fact that they could not have scaled that fence. I saw that fence, and it wasn't sturdy enough for anybody to be able to get up there in that amount of time. It would have broken
something. Yeah,
it would have broken on that type of weight of a person. So I definitely second that. I saw that garden, I saw that shed, and it was just straight up creepy.
Yeah.
And just the remnants of it, it was like it was left
to just decay in time, and there was just
or like it just stopped in time. It's hard to put in words.
It's weird. It is that type of building that even though it's a really sunny, beautiful day, you look at that building and suddenly everything's grey and cold, and it's a very cold and windy day, so this is very suiting. But it was that type of building that you just look at it and it's just, no matter how much sun is on that building, there won't be any light. It's just, it was in like its own little cloud of darkness with grey. And that building that we moved into had been left for a very long time before we even moved in there. And I don't actually know the history of who lived there before me. I don't know if it was rented out previously. Probably something I should have asked, but you know, we were a week away from having a baby and needing somewhere to stay. So, but yeah, it was fake. Exactly. It was very, very, very quick. But I mean, apart from that, I don't think that I can remember having any other paranormal experience in that cottage. I don't think I did. I can't actually remember. Do you know what I remember though that was very creepy is that the shower curtain that had been left in that cottage was a plain white shower curtain, and I remember getting the fright of my life when I went to go view it, because the shower curtain itself, I went into the bathroom by myself and it was white and it had like a black shadow person on the shower curtain, so it looks like there's someone behind the shower, and I shat myself, to be honest. It gave me the fright of my life. But yeah, it was particularly the garden and the shed, there was just not good vibes. So yeah, very creepy. Very, very creepy. But please tell me what you guys think. I would love to hear your opinions. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel as well. You know you want to. And yeah, would you like to add anything else? Is it more of a peace out? Okay. But thank you so much guys for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. I know this was a very quick video, but I wanted to get this into a video while I remembered it, because it was something that I'd kind of put out of my mind just because of how creepy it is. But I definitely think that is one of the most weirdest experiences I've had, and I've got a few more that I would like to add, and then unless something else happens to me, to be honest, which now and then they do like to pop into my life, these paranormal experiences, once I've finished telling you all of my experiences, I'm going to be moving on to a different series, which I think you guys will like. Please check out my Instagram, because I've started a series called Haunted History, where I'm going to be going through everything that I can find in terms of where I live, Wales, just the area, all the haunted places, a brief description of the history and any paranormal things that are going along there. And also don't forget my Haunted Monmouthshire kind of little book series that I started while drinking whiskey on a Wednesday. I will be doing another story time from that book. So I think some of you guys seem to enjoy it. So thank you so much for your support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.